Hello children, today let us learn and study civic lesson number 10, that is fundamental rights and duties. Introduction of this lesson is the fundamental rights and duties provided to every citizen are introduced in this chapter. So all of us, that is every citizen of our country, has the fundamental rights and duties which are given to us by our constitution. Let us see the competencies what we have to study in this lesson. We have to understand the difference between the natural rights and the fundamental rights. Next, understanding the fundamental rights provided to citizen by our constitution. Attaining the capacity to understand and adopt 11 fundamental duties included in our constitution. And lastly, finding methods to regain the rights in the event of any obstacle to enjoy them. Let us read and enjoy the lesson. First, let me tell you, a right means the authority given to a citizen. It may be a natural right, also like the right to live, right for protection to life. It may be a legal acceptable right, also like the right to equality, right to education, etc. For the development of individual and the country, some freedom and rights are inevitable. Hence, our constitution has given some fundamental rights to all its citizens. Now let us understand the meaning of fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are the basic rights given to an individual by the Constitution for his development. They are the constitutional rights. Fundamental rights are important for our social life. No one can violate these rights. The fundamental rights are protected by the judiciary. Here we have some of the types of fundamental rights. The Constitution of India has prominently provided 6 fundamental rights to all its citizens. First one is right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right of religion, cultural and educational right, right to constitutional remedies. Let us know these 6 rights in detail. Right to equality. Here, right to equality means, children, all are equal before the law. Nobody is above the law and all deserve equal protection are the aspects included in this right to equality. The government, it cannot discriminate on the basis of religion, caste, sex, gender, or place of birth. It cannot restrict entry to shop, hotel, or recreational places to any of its citizens. It cannot even restrict anyone from using the public wells, tanks, roads, and resting places. All citizens have the equal opportunity to enter the government service. It cannot forbid anyone from entering the holy places and offer prayers. Let me continue the second one, that is right to freedom. Your right to freedom, which is given by our constitution, it provides us the following: right to speech and freedom of expression, right to participate in the peaceful public meetings, right to establish institutions and associations, right to travel throughout the country without any restrictions, right to live in any part of India, right to take up any employment, business, or even occupation. Here you can see a picture of right to speech. Let me continue. Freedom cannot be discharged as one likes through it is the fundamental right. The Constitution itself states that the government can impose restrictions on the individual freedom on certain occasions. For example, it restricts everyone from defaming someone by uncontrolled words on the pretext of discharging one's freedom of speech. Let me go to the third, that is right against exploitation. The objective of this right is to prevent exploitation of poor, women, children, and the weaker sections of the society. In order to restrict exploitation in the name of religion, caste, gender, and sect, the state and the central governments have enforced many laws. For example, taking dowry is a punishable offense. Even the practice of bonded labor is prohibited. Employing children in certain industries, such as beadi making, mining, and cracker manufacturing, have been banned. The children are expected to get education till the age of 14 years. Now let me go to the fourth one, that is right to freedom of religion. The citizens of India have the right to accept and follow religion of their own choice. Everyone has the right to observe their religious practices without disturbing peace, discipline, hygiene in mind. The Constitution also prohibits religious conversion by force, temptation, or by falsehoods. Here you can see the picture, right to freedom of religion. You can choose of your choice any religion, that whether it is Hindu, Muslim, Christian, or any other religion. You have the right for it. Let me continue the fifth one, that is the cultural and educational rights. This fundamental right protects the cultural and educational interests of the minorities. People have right to protect their own language, script, or culture. The minorities have the right to establish educational institutions and manage them. The educational institution of the minorities should adhere to the rules stipulated by the government. Here you can see the picture of cultural and educational rights. Let me go to the sixth duty, that is right to constitutional remedies. A citizen has the right to approach the court of justice in the event of violation of the fundamental rights. This is known as the right to constitutional remedies. Other rights can be protected by way of protecting their right. Fundamental rights and duties mean they are directly given to its citizens by the Constitution. Any individual, organization, or institution such as parliament, assembly, judicial means, official group, police department, and any other public institutions are restricted from violating them. In the event of violation, the aggrieved person can directly approach the High Court or the Supreme Court and seek redressal. In the event of violation of fundamental rights and duties, a right petition can be filed either in the state High Court or in the Supreme Court of India. Now let us go to the fundamental duties. These fundamental duties also are mentioned in our constitution and they are given to every citizen by our constitution. So we should follow the fundamental rights as well as the fundamental duties. So let us see to the fundamental duties. The fundamental rights and duties are the two sides of the same coin. This responsibility of an individual to his country is known as the duty. In case the people discharge their fundamental duties with self-motivation, the progress of the country becomes easier. In the Constitution, 11 fundamental duties are included. They are as follows: to respect the Constitution, national flag, and national anthem. So we all should respect our Constitution, our national flag, and also our national anthem. That is our duty. To follow the noble ideas that inspired our struggle for freedom. So many of our freedom fighters, they have struggled to get freedom. So their noble ideas we should be inspired by. That is also one of our duty. To protect the unity of India, which means in India we have different caste, creed, languages, but still we all should be united. How can we be united? We have to protect everything and everyone in our country. To defend the motherland. So our motherland, which we all know it is India, is our motherland. So we have to defend it during the time of wars or our enemies. To promote the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India. So we should be like brothers and sisters and we should have the spirit of a common brotherhood in our country. The sixth one is to preserve our rich heritage. So India is, from ancient, it has a rich heritage which we all should preserve it. It is very essential for all the citizens to see that they preserve their heritage. To protect and improve the natural environment. So, children, you must know that you shouldn't pollute your environment that is God given naturally, and you should see that the air, the water, and other natural resources of our country should be protected by you. To develop the scientific temper and the spirit of inquiry. So we should make more of innovations scientifically and we should have that temper and the spirit of inquiry in us. Ninth one, to safeguard public property and to give up violence. So children, we should know that we should safeguard public property such as bus stands, post offices, railway stations, and give up violence, that is during the time of strikes or some hartals. Mostly people burn public properties or stone at them and destroy them. So we should see that we should safeguard it because it is our property which belongs to our country. To strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activities. So we should strive, which means we should work hard towards excellence, means success in all spheres, whether we are individual or collectively doing any activities. And the last one, the parents or the guardians should provide any opportunity for education to their children from the age of 6 to 14. So here it is our duty, whether it is parents or the guardians, they should see that they provide to their children of the age 6 to 14 the opportunity for education. So education should be made, as the government has made it compulsory to all children from the age of 6 to 14. It is our duty, that is the parents and the guardians, to see to that. Here you have a picture where the children are respecting the national flag. So this is your duty. You should respect your national flag, national emblem, and also your constitution. Children, can you see the child pouring water to the trees? This symbolizes protection, environment protection. Here is a note for you. In case the citizen does not discharge any of his fundamental duties, the government cannot question it in the court of law. Even then, all the citizens are expected to do their duties with self-motivation. So as we see to our rights, same way we have to also fulfill our duties towards our country, being as citizens of India. Thank you, children, for listening. Thank you for watching. Please show some love, like it, share it, subscribe it, press the bell icon.